we going, guys? Another week in the books. Um, congrats to Jake and Paddy. Big playoff wins this week. Jake, too good for my team. My team just not good enough this week. They need a lot more points, and they just weren't there, willing or able. And Paddy won pretty easy against Jared. So both mine and Jared's seasons are over. Not necessarily a bad thing sometimes. She's it's been a very taxing season, this one in this league. So I quite happy to be away from it now. And congrats to Matt and Spirit, who will both be playing off for the Titanic Bowl Championship next week. Both had pretty easy wins this week. And Spirit's team's been scoring on and off over the last few weeks. So if maybe he can get another big week, maybe he can make a game out of it up against Matt. So yeah, it should be interesting. It's not going to be a long podcast this week. I've actually got a fairly empty house right now, and decided to take the chance to actually get this done beforehand. So there's not much point looking at the previews. Probably. What do we got? That'll give you a bit of an idea anyway. All right. So Pat and Robbie have been pretty damn close at the top of the conference for most of the season. Pat did pull away a bit in front there for a while. But Robbie's team, who probably pretty damn close to the best starters in the league. It's been just a matter of whether he can keep everyone healthy and keep them scoring all season, and see what his team would have put up this week. I don't even know if he submitted the lineup or not. He may not have. But I mean, he would have scored near 500 points this week, so he would have been the highest team score this week. And there's an idea on the next match up there. You can't predict this stuff. It's been it's always a tough thing. So nobody wants to lose, but at the end of the day, somebody has to. And we're kind of at that point where a couple of bad performances probably end your season. So all time between these two guys, Robbie has dominated Pat. It's 4-0 lifetime. Don't want to jinx Robbie here, but probably the favourite going into this matchup, if I'm being honest. Paddy's team's very bloody hit and miss. He's had a couple of huge weeks. He's got the ability in his team to score massive weeks. The problem is there's not a lot of there hasn't been a lot of consistency. So by far, he can easily win this game. 100% definitely can win this game and be off to the Titan Bowl. But if I was betting on it, and if I had to pick the winner, I would pick Robbie's team to win this matchup and be playing off for the Titan Bowl next week. Oh, well, not this week, week after. we haven't seen this little character for a little while in the podcast. So, she's oh God, here we go. What are you doing? God, please don't do it. Oh, you're a rat bag. Oh, I've lost it. I'm gone. I don't even know where I'm doing. Yeah. So yeah, if I had to pick head to head, I would pick Robbie's team to win. I think I've already said that about a billion times already. All right. In the other matchup, we've got Jakey up against Joey. Where are we? So lifetime record, it's 3-2 to Jake's team. So pretty damn close. It's been 1-1 this year and 1-2 last year. So they obviously played in the playoffs last year. Maybe. No, they didn't. No, it was one of them extra games that we've got to do to get the makeup game. So no. So they played actually 3 regular season games last year. What are you doing?
I don't know.
No, me either. All right. So the 3-2 all time for the Bulldogs. Slight advantage. Yeah, looking at the predicted points, they've got a pretty damn close matchup here too. I don't think there'll be a lot in it. Even this week's scores, if you have a look at this week's scores, where are we? Jake scored 471. Joey scored 466. So, boy, they're both here. That's the game looks about as close as that is. So Lamar's been on fire. So if I don't know what sort of matchup, and I don't know if it really matters. Playing the Steelers though, that is what they do. Yeah, see, that Steelers matchup is a tough matchup for him. Mighty's gone for the season now, so he won't have him to use. Don't know what else he's got sitting behind him to play, but I'm sure he's got something there. I tipped Jake to win the comp at the start of the season. I've got no reason to jump off that. I thought he was as good as anyone in the league, and I would tip him to win a close game here. So
yeah.
And then the one last game we haven't got much. There's not much to even do a podcast on, especially not when I'm sitting here talking about it myself. So, this is the Titanic Bowl playoff between Spirit and Matt. Currently, God, why can't I see it? There it is. Currently, Spirit holds a 3-2 advantage. Played each other 3 times last year, and that'll be for the same reason that Joey and Jake did too. It was just the way things lined up. They were the third matchup. Well, we get to play each other 3 times this year too. Week 8 was a win to the Bears. Week 2 was a win to the Saints. Hey, don't do that, please. Look, the way Matt's team's been going of late, I would say Matt's probably the favourite to win the game. Tavy, please don't do that. Well, Spirit's definitely can be more than competitive in this game. His team's just been. There was a patch there in the middle of the season where his team was terrible. It wasn't bad; it was terrible. But he has had some pretty decent performances down the back end of the season where he's put up some pretty big points. A repeat of that, and he most certainly can win this. Gun to my head, who would I pick? I would pick Matt's team to win the Titanic Bowl. But it's fantasy football, and if we haven't seen enough of it this season, so literally anything can happen on a given week. We've had enough results between this league, other leagues, enough results where you think you'd have a pretty dominant team that's been up there all season long, and they've either been rolled or gone damn close to losing, and it's not a nice feeling if you're one of those teams. It's not a nice feeling when your teams are eliminated for the season too. So, but yeah. So long story short, I'll tip Matt to possibly get home in this, but I don't. There's definitely nothing about this that's I don't do it with any certainty. That's for bloody sure. Now, here we go on here. The tipping, I believe, got a bit closer this week. Yes. So currently, Kenneth is now only 1 point ahead of Joey. They have cleared out from Jake a bit. Jake's sitting in equal third with Spirit. And then fifth spot with Jared, and the rest are probably just about cooked at this point. Kenneth's been on top for a fair bit. Joey had a big week this week to make up a couple of points. Be interesting. There's only 3 weeks left in this, and Kenneth's actually sitting. He's trying to defend his tipping title actually from last season, and I think Joey was up pretty high on it last year too. You guys obviously pay a hell of a lot more attention to tipping than I do because I fucking hate it. And it would be crazy for Kenneth, who's staying up last spot in the fantasy league, to if he managed to win the tipping and Survivor in the same season, so, and still probably wouldn't get enough points together to potentially win the I don't know. That'll be interesting actually to see who gets the aggregate points for the league champion for the year. So very, very interesting. I don't know how. I've got no idea how it sits. I haven't even looked at it at all. I just don't care, to be honest, right now. It's been a massive, massive season, and I think over the last week or two, it has really worn me down, to be honest. I'm more than happy to have been eliminated in a number of leagues because I don't know how much I had left. And the best part is, one of the leagues I'm still in, I'm playing against myself, so I love it. Anyway, lads, I don't have a lot. There's, at this time of the season, there's not much to even talk about. It's whoever shows up on the week, whoever has their players actually perform, that's who's going to win the title. Given my thoughts on who I think the better of the teams are, but this is definitely not a fait accompli, that's for sure. Anyway, good luck to everybody that is in the league still and trying to win a title. And enjoy the off season. Myself, Jared, David, and Kenneth. You got an early break from everything. Good luck, guys. See you next time.